Hey Peter, thanks so much for your email. I thought it'd be best if we answered via video, just so that you have a show and tell experience. Okay, so let's get into answering your questions. Okay, so struggling to find a video explaining the actual system is my fault completely. The reason being is I'm a trader who is filling in the blanks to become an educator, and we've also developed software, so it's like I've got a lot of hats at the moment. And we've also had 2 kids under 2, so they're like a 24/7 full-time job, and we've like been traveling the world and crossing continents, so we've finally settled, and I'm filling in the blanks now and bridging everything together. That's why we have got Lauren on board, and everything's going to kind of get into that nice little even keel of what a customer journey should be like. So my apologies, that's a backstory as to why there isn't a video that explains the system, so let's do it this way. Alright, so with that said, inside this environment, if you go to MTOPScriterion.com, which you've been to already, and you put your email address in there, you go to get access, you'll be brought into the system and to our homepage. Inside the homepage, you can either click onto this box or go to MTOPS introduction, and there will be a sequence of videos just talking about how to set up the charts, what to use, how to use trend lines and that kind of stuff inside this environment. So there is some guidance as to how to use the software inside the system. However, what's best and what I recommend for you is, when wanting to see this in real time, I would head over to the MTOPS Academy YouTube site and then tune into the different live market updates that we have every single day. So here's the day. This was Friday, the 1st of July. 100 guys obviously jumping in to watch it happen in real time. So 1st of July over there, I open up a trade, and within minutes, like this is me just kind of like watching it happen end of a Friday afternoon. So at the end of this, you'll see a spike to the upside, and I went long. Let's go a little bit further. Blah 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 blah. Keep going. Okay. So I got on over here, and then afterwards it went up to where we said the results would be. So here's an example of that. If you want to have a quick look, let's go to the Friday results. That's the most recent result. Today is Monday, the 4th of July. So Friday's results. Let's go to it. Show message. So 8,000 was the progress over there, and I finished off over here on $9,000 for that trade. So this is the US 30 cash, the Dow Jones. We bought in. There it is, timestamp. So the 1st of the 7th, and yeah, so $10,000 in a matter of minutes. And as you can see, I think it's this, right? Yeah, it's down. So that's what the market looked like, and then it went bang 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 and kept going upwards as we said it was going to, and I closed off for 9 grand, almost 10,000. Let's 9 grand conservatively. So yeah, my recommendation, if you want to see it happening live, is to jump in the live sessions. We kick off at 9 a.m. New York time, and from there you can watch the system at play. Okay, so the evolution of this is a great question. Thanks for asking that. Basically, being a full-time trader, I had to deal with inefficient environments. So on TradingView, I used to have to jump on and manually set everything up. So if I wanted to, let's go to other charts over here. If I wanted to set something up, it'd have to be set from start every single time, and it was a lot of dredge work. So it eventually became exhausting, and the manual setups I found, being a father and a business owner and quite a busy guy, cost me in the fact that I was taking shortcuts, and it was just a lot of hard work to set this environment up every time the market's changing direction. So that really sucked for me. Also, TradingView has a lot of frustrations attached to it, and I won't get into the long list of it, but the bottom line was that this wasn't enough. The exchanges weren't enough. Trading and the resources available to us wasn't enough. And so I said, okay, the only way to overcome this is to build from the ground up and create our own system, to plug in all of the gaps, of the inefficiencies of what was available to traders like you and I, who want to make a success of the trading world. So it went from operating in that environment, plus wasn't having to shift off of the chart and go to an exchange and then try to place trades there, and it's just like a lot of work, and the results would suffer because of the work attached to what was going on here. So through that came the evolution of what we have now, and this evolution is literally changing lives for guys across the planet. We've got guys from Australia, not Fiji yet. I want to get someone from Fiji so I can say from Fiji to Hawaii, but right now it's from Sydney and all the time frames in between. Obviously, we've got a guy from China, we've got guys from Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, India, one Russian guy. Then we got a ton of guys from Europe, ton of guys from South Africa, ton of guys from the Americas, and yeah, so basically we've got the whole world wrapped in terms of the different amounts of people who've joined in on us, and we've got over 250 students or 250 lives that are being changed through my discovery on the market. So that's really, really impactful to see the leveling up of each trader's ability in the markets now that they understand how it works, and what that means for them in their day-to-day lives. There's so many guys who want to jump out of the system, and well, I don't want to get too lost in the why, but through my obsession of the market and having to make this work, like I can't do anything else. I can't work for another company. I can't be an employee. All I want for the rest of my life is to make money from the market, and that's it for me. And because of that, I had to come to terms with a solution that would work, so that I could pay for rent, keep food on the table, live a good life, and provide for my kids and for my family. Failure wasn't an option for me, because again, I couldn't do anything else because it would just destroy my soul. And I had to work really hard to find what I've discovered. And then after that, turned it into a system that would support me as well, because as I just made mention to, the current tools that were available to me for like the first 4 years of my trading were just subpar. They were substandard, and I needed something more. So in terms of the evolution, thanks, that was a really great question. And that's how we came to terms with what we have now. We took what works, made it work for myself, and in terms of a day trader that needs only the best and cuts out the fluff, and those results that sustain my lifestyle, turn that into a system, and we've got an environment that is supporting families around the planet. Guys are literally changing their lives. Okay, so in terms of accuracy, I used to send out Excel sheets, but guys could say to me that this could be edited. So I sent out PDFs, and they said this could be edited. I sent out graphs, and they said that this could be photoshopped. And I said, all right, cool. I need a third-party provider to show my capabilities. And what I used at the time was TradingView. So if you go to my profile over here in TradingView, should you be skeptical and want to do some backdated history, feel free to jump in. I gotta say, ever since we started doing our system, I was a lot less motivated to post here, but there are about 3 years worth of charts being recorded and posted. So you can go to the bottom and keep scrolling and just have a look at all my ideas that I've shared. Here's an example of gold. You can see over here, if I can maybe do that. This is gold, also dated. This is the 4th of January. And if you see over here, I said that where that green arrow is, that's where price is going to go. And then the next day on the 5th of January, so there's the 5th of January, that's where it went. Alright, so this is third party verified on TradingView. I can't manipulate this or edit it. Yeah. And again, I've got about 3 years of data that's been recorded there. But because we're focusing on the advancement of our system, I stopped. So feel free to jump over there if you want to see the results. In terms of our current results, I think I showed you what I clocked in on Friday, near 10 grand on that one trade. And there's also a long string of info over here that I'm more than happy to share with you. So inside the Discord community, we have testimonials. It's all dated, and what I've done is just taken screenshots of messages that come through in on the chat, and just put it there so that guys like yourself can check it out. Yeah, so I mean, it's just praise after praise. I don't want to be coming across as like ungrateful, but someone who takes it for granted. But I don't necessarily keep this as updated as I could, because after all the hard work that I've put in, it's almost like winning is just a part of the, like, it's just mandatory now. It's not something I need to prove anymore. But I still update it a little bit. This is Scotty. He's been trading stocks for the last 4 years, and he had a bit of a heart-to-heart with me, saying how difficult it is for him to come to the realization that everything he's learned over the last 4 years, and he's been like trading every single day, was wrong. So he eventually came to the realization that this time around, what he has available to him isn't bullshit, because he was like, I've been so bullshitted by the industry that it's difficult for me to trust. And after the results and him failing at his own strategy and seeing us succeed, he leant in to doing it our way, and this has been his results. So yeah, it was actually a big accomplishment for me, because he's a very wealthy guy from New York, and sometimes it's not easy to crack the ego of someone from New York with a lot of money. But I mean, the results prove it, and we keep on going. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of gratitude and thanks. The guys are saying that's the best community and platform on the planet. Oh yeah, yeah. I was just talking about how things go and all so on. I don't really want to blow my own horn here, so feel free to jump in on this. I'll give you access to jump into the testimonials, and you can just scroll through. This is a guy from Canada. All the blue writing is profits and dollars, and there's all date stamps over here, so really doing well. His win streaks are super impressive. I mean, the losses that we are taking on are just like irritating mistakes, like forgetting to put in a correct stop loss at the right threshold, and then like, whoops, closing it. So yeah, like yeah, I'll stop over here in terms of results. So this is my profit on a $200,000 account. So I've grown it by 20%, and everything once again is time stamped, and I can't Photoshop this stuff. We're really doing well. Yeah, Elias clocking in 39,500 profit in a day. Just another casual day at MTOPS. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, winning is just, it's a part of the course, really. It's not necessarily like a huge deal anymore. Other guys are suffering through that environment. Here's some more. It has another screenshot, all time and date stamped over there. And there's our progress. Here's all trades that were taken and the results thereafter. So yeah, the system really provides results, and it has to, because once again, this was the only path forward for me. I couldn't go back to a corporate job, and no other industry interests me, so I had to make trading work. And after I cracked that nut, I saw that other people were suffering through the crazy period of what the world's going through, so I decided to start teaching, and then created a system so that guys can advance their careers in the trading realm without having to go through all those painful losses that the rest of the industry have to suffer. Okay, so accuracy is incredibly high. Testimonials I can give you access to, as you saw. And yeah, so something would be great is, I hope this something is a private video for you. Yeah, and if you have any further questions, I suppose I should start wrapping up the video now. If you have any further questions, please jot them down onto mail, and we'll be happy to answer them. If you just needed a nudge to step into our world, then please let this video be that nudge, because I'm talking from experience now. You'll thank me later in terms of just getting involved and getting your experience hours up, and getting to the result that you're after. I think learning to trade is very noble. I'm very grateful that you're the kind of person who wants to be self-empowered and constantly learning. Like, that's the kind of person we resonate with most. You'll be surrounded by the most incredible community, as you saw, as you'll experience, and have access to one of the most powerful platforms and methodologies, I think, right now that exists on the planet. So yeah, we're still at grassroots, as you know already. We've been traveling, babies, we finally settled now, so we're taking the rest of the journey a lot more seriously in terms of building up all of the typical business requirements. And without further ado, I look forward to you joining us, or if you're still not quite ready, send out a few more questions and we're more than happy to answer them. But take it from me, jump in and you'll thank me later. Alright, Peter, thanks for your time, effort and attention, and we'll catch up with you hopefully really soon.